Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtian YGO here, and today, first of all, I just want to say that I am happy to finally be back on YouTube. It has been a while. If you guys did not see, yesterday I posted a video where I said pretty much I don't have internet, wearing the same attire. I'm recording this directly after to be uploaded on Monday for you guys. So if you guys did not check that out, check that out if you want to see why, where the hell I've been, what's been going on with everything. But we're in a new space now, so it's really cool. You actually don't see my suits anymore. You actually see what is over here, the guest bathroom. There you go. So a nice little change up there, a little change of scenery. But with a change of scenery comes in changing Wi-Fi, and that's pretty much the end all be all of the previous video. But without further ado, guys, I want to go ahead and get into this today. I'm going to be bringing you guys my updated, actually I've never done this one before. It's a DDD deck profile, which I've done plenty in the past, but this is actually going to be a Super Doom King version of DDD, which is going to be probably the more fun version. Don't get me wrong, all DDD versions are a lot of fun to play, but this one has some anime going on. This is such a cool deck, man. I mean, so I tested it out the other day, putting against my boy Ford, playing it online, and the combo is pretty linear, pretty straightforward. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys at the very end of the video, so if you guys want to go ahead and check out how I can go ahead and summon out all three Super Doom King monsters with just 2 cards in the deck. Just 2 cards in the deck, go full combo with that. Of course, as long as you don't get hand trapped. But this deck has so much recovery, so many ways to go ahead and play around hand traps that it's just very versatile. And that's what I absolutely love about this deck, is that it's very anime centric, with the effects are just absolutely off the wall. It is very fun to play. Heavy combo, which is not necessarily my cup of tea for the most part. At least it wasn't. I think I'm becoming more and more of a combo player the more I play, which is interesting to say the least. But without further ado, guys, I just want to go ahead and get right into this deck profile, guys. Again, really excited to get back on YouTube. Really excited to be back with you guys as well. I am working on Live Twin, Pure Live Twin, and a Fluandrews deck profile as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and check those out, make sure you hit that subscribe notification bell, and let's get right into the deck profile. Alright guys, so today we're going to start off with the monsters as we usually do. We got 3 copies of DD Savant Copernicus, 3 copies of DD Savant Kepler. For the most part, it's pretty standard as far as DD ratios are concerned. 3 Griffin, and 3 copies of Swirl Slime. Pretty much each and every single DDD or DD, however you want to say it, deck starts off is pretty much gonna have your main combo pieces. As long as you're able to see 2 of these in your opening hand, you should be on your way to going full combo with this deck. The 2 cards you are gonna need for sure are definitely going to be Copernicus and Griffin. You are able to go ahead and do this with other cards in the deck. If you guys want a more in-depth explanation of what DDDs do, how to play DDDs, or you guys want to see test hands on that, definitely let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to go ahead and bring that for you guys, but I just don't want to make the video too long. So we have DD Savant Copernicus and DD Griffin. I'll show you guys a full combo at the end of the video as well, but definitely these are going to be the main 2 cards in this combo for it. So definitely going to play max out on all those cards. Next, you can play 2 copies of Orthros. Orthros is still our best friend, still a phenomenal card to go ahead and have. Still the best tuner in the deck. Although this and Lamia go back and forth, this one does have the additional pop spell trap on the field, not necessarily just your opponent control, so that's really good and versatile. 1 copy of Divine Zero King Rage. So this guy is pretty much just a way to go into your Kepler full combo, because you don't have any other scale zeros in the game. So I mean, not in the game, in DDD. So 1 Oblivion Abyss King Ragnarok, 1 Cerberus, which if you guys don't know, the Kepler combo, to go full combo, you have to use the Cerberus and the Divine Zero King Rage in order for you to be able to go about your plays. And this is where it kind of starts to differ between normal DDD decks that we play in the past, is that we need a lot more firepower, a lot more big monsters, a lot of easy summonable monsters, and that is the reason why we play, let's put it over here, DDD Vice King Requiem and DDD Chaos King Apocalypse. So these are 2 cards you guys have probably not seen before. I mean, I think DDD Device King Requiem is a new card from Ghost of the Past, if I'm not mistaken, so it's definitely newer, but this guy King Apocalypse has been out for a while now. Or vice versa, I forget. But anyway, so these 2 guys right here are the main reason why this is essentially possible, right? So, well, not necessarily King Apocalypse, just a free special summon, which is really nice to have. It's a quick effect special summon, so you can go ahead and summon him out during the battle phase, add an initial 2,700 points of damage on the board, And DDD Vice King Requiem is a super easy special summon. All you have to do is pop at least one of your Dark Contract cards you control, and you can easily special summon him out onto the field as a level 8, and you can manage its level depending on how many Dark Contracts you pop. But that is an optional effect, and we don't have to do that, and we won't do that for the full combo. You definitely are going to need to play at least one of the Requiem. You don't necessarily need to play the King Apocalypse, but it is really nice to have again the additional damage on board. Also, because the Super Doom Kings, one of them protects your Pendulum monsters from not being destroyed by card effects, which is nice to have. So you want to play a lot more bigger Pendulum monsters as well. Then for the last Pendulum, we do play one DD Savant Thomas, super clutch card. I mean, this is the saving grace of the deck, essentially. Whenever you run into trouble, you're running out of resources, you just activate Savant Thomas, add it back from your Pendulum Zone and from your extra deck, and you're good to go with that. And for the remaining 3 engine monsters, we play one copy of DD Vice Typhon, one Necro Slime, and one DD Lamia. And that's going to be it for the DD monsters, guys. For the other monsters we play in this deck, I just played 3 copies of DD Crow. I did not want to play Bestials because it can get a little bit hairy as far as special summoning only Fiends or only DD monsters at certain points in the combo, so I just didn't want to have that conflicting. Plus, they don't really help because they're level 6s, and there's nothing I can do with non-DDD level 6s. Don't get me wrong, they are still fantastic cards, but just not very good in this deck. Also, DD Crow is a bridge for any of these cards for Small Worlds, which we do, of course, play Small World in this deck. Small World is the best searcher for DDD deck. I did play Pay Your Raise Map for a little bit, but just the life point loss is so substantial, and you're gonna continuously burn yourself a lot more. You're pretty much asking yourself to be put in a tough situation at that point. For the spells, we play 3 copies of the Dark Contract with the Gates, 1 Swamp King, and 1 Dark Contract with Patent License. Actually very essential to the strategy as well for the overall combo. Next we play 3 copies of Small World and 3 copies of Allure of Darkness with 1 copy of 1 for 1. So these are all going to be for consistency, essentially. I did consider playing Dark Ruler No More instead of Allure of Darkness, but I think just having that additional consistency is that much better. Because like I said, this deck can play around so many interruptions. The deck itself, DDD, is just made to break boards and set up big boards itself. If you're able to go ahead and play it correctly, of course. So for the traps, you play 1 Dark Contract with Eternal Darkness and 1 DDD Headhunt. I still absolutely love playing this card. It is such an inconvenience for tier limit, but it doesn't completely stop them, which is funny. But it's still a really good card to have. Would I cut it? I think I would side this out in a lot of matches, depending on. But you really just want to be prepared for the rogue matches as well. I mean, if I'm going in there with rogue, I gotta be prepared for my own rogue matches as well. But this pretty much just destroys Sprite, essentially, is what it does, because you can't XC summon with monsters on the field, so they can't go into Gigantic. They can go into Elf, but they can't XC summon at all. So it pretty much turns off their second half of their extra deck, which is really, really nasty as well. So that's gonna be it for the monster for the main deck, guys. At least a 40 card main deck. It might be 41, it might be one off. But now for the extra deck, which is the really, really exciting part, guys. So we play 1 copy of Super Doom King Purple Armageddon, 1 copy of DDD Super Doom King Dark Armageddon, and 1 copy of DDD Super Doom King Bright Armageddon. Bright, Dark, and Purple. Really, really good cards, actually. So what Bright allows you is, it has other effects as well, but mainly these 2 grant you protection. Bright, what it does to Synchro, it gives you protection from targeting. Your opponent cannot target any monsters you control, any monsters at all. It doesn't matter the pendulum at all. Monsters you control, even this card, cannot be targeted. So really, really good right off the bat, which means you cannot get Kaleido Hearted. I believe that's the one fusion the tier limits have that points and shuffles back, is targeting. So it prevents you from getting any targeted. And this guy, Dark Armageddon, prevents all your pendulum monsters from being destroyed by card effects, which is really good as well, of course. And then this guy actually comes up quite a bit. It's funny enough, Purple Armageddon, so what he does is, if any of your opponent's monsters battles, they actually get, if they have any type of like attack modulation or any type of like difference in their attack stats from the original stats are, it actually gets reverted back to the original stats, which is really funny. Especially because their field spell boosts them up by 500. So this pretty much negates that whole effect, which is really cool. And they're all 3500 attack, which is just impossible to get over for a lot of decks. So those are really clutch. I'm just gonna leave these right here because these are really cool. Also, huge shout out to Hajime no Ippo, probably the best anime ever made. I know I'm gonna get a lot of pushback on that maybe, but if you have not watched it, definitely check this anime out. So good, guys. Next, for the links, we play 3 copies of the Gilgamesh. Of course, it's pretty self-explanatory. 2 copies of Lil Genghis, 1 copy of Big Genghis for the synchros, 1 copy of DDD Gus King Alexander, and 1 Siegfried. For the XCs, we play 1 King Caesar, 1 King Tell, and 2 Deus Machinex. If I were to change anything in here, I'd probably take out the Gus King Alexander for a High Wave King Caesar. The High Wave King Caesar, if you guys have not read that card, it's rank 6. It's one of the most broken effects ever. If your opponent were to activate anything that would special summon a monster or something along those lines, you get to negate, destroy, and increase the attack of the DDD Wave King Caesar and another DDD monster you control by 1800. And it's not once per turn. This is like the most crazy effect. This is what I'm talking about. DDD has some of the most wild anime effects I've ever read in my entire life, and it's really funny to just see it in action. But without further ado, guys, that's gonna be it for the extra deck and the main deck. It's gonna be it for the deck profile overall, guys. But I do, of course, want to still show you the full wombo combo for this. So all you're gonna need is a Copernicus and a Griffin, both of which are searchable through Dark Contract with the Gate. If you happen to not have one of them in your hand, search out the other copy. So I'm gonna go ahead and show this to you guys real quick. So what you do is you normal summon the Copernicus. By the way, just for the sake of argument, we're gonna say that the other 3 cards in our hand are useless, I guess. Allure Darknesses, okay? So we have 5 cards in our hand going first. Normal summon Copernicus, activate effect to dump a Dark Contract or DD. So we're gonna go ahead and dump our Necro Slime. Right, so now we have Necro Slime in the grave, and then we're actually gonna go ahead and activate Griffin's effect to special summon itself. There you go, and link these 2 off into our copy of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh effect is gonna go ahead and activate to set our pendulum scales, in which case we are going to get Oblivion Ragnarok, and then the Orthros. So we're gonna go ahead and set our pendulum scales, pendulum summon. It's gonna go ahead and pen 2. And this, if you already have a DD in hand, you actually activate Griffin's effect to pitch and draw 1, which does come up if you have like a Lamia in hand, or maybe you already have Necro Slime in hand, that way you get to go ahead and pitch it. So you go ahead, overlay these 2, go into this one, main deck. You're gonna go overlay these 2 because they're both level 4s. You're gonna go into your DDD Wave King Caesar. So when this guy's sent to the graveyard, you actually get to search for a dark search for a Dark Contract, which is nice. And King Tell, you have to foolish a DD or another Dark Contract from your deck, so that's really nice. Then you activate King Tell's effect. So these both are sent to the graveyard. But King Tell has another effect. You can decharge a card. Target a card on the field, monster on the field, have it decrease its attack by 1000, and then burn your opponent for 1000. So there you go. You already evened out. You took 1000 damage by activating Gilgamesh's effects. You're now at 7000, but activating King Tell evens it out, so you're both at 7000. So you're gonna send these 2 to the graveyard to go into your second copy of Gilgamesh, right? And you're gonna go ahead and activate King Tell's effect because it was sent to the graveyard. We're actually gonna send another DD card from our deck to the grave. So we're gonna go ahead and send DD Vice Typhon to the grave, which gives us an additional fusion summon, which is nice. So then we're gonna go ahead and activate DD Vice Typhon, banishing itself and a Gilgamesh to summon out Big Genghis. There we go, put that over there. And then we're gonna go ahead and activate Necro Slime's effect to banish itself along with a Copernicus. So you banish these 2 guys, and Necro Slime's effect is going to go ahead and allow us to fusion summon our Little Genghis. Okay, so now because we already special summoned a DD monster, Big Genghis effect is going to activate to special summon a DD monster from our grave. So we're gonna go ahead and target King Teller, Wave King Caesar, it's all good. So special summon King Tell, and because special summon a DD monster, now Little Genghis effect is gonna activate to do the exact same thing and bring out the DDD Wave King Caesar. So this is where you have to go ahead and abuse the Orthros. You're gonna have to activate the Orthros effect to target itself and target a spell, a trap on the field, and a DD card you control. So you're going to target Orthros for the spell, target DDD Wave King Caesar for the monster. There you go, so destroy these two. And then King Caesar's effect is going to allow you to search for a Dark Contract. So we're going to search with Dark Contract with Swamp King. Activate Dark Contract with the Swamp King, and this is actually going to be super essential, guys, to allow us to fusion summon. So we're actually going to go ahead and activate the effect. Sorry, I lost track of thought there. The effect of Swamp King to fusion summon by banishing a DD monster from our graveyard, as well as sending one from our field to the grave. So we're going to go ahead and send King Tell and banish the Wave King Caesar. So King Tell's effect is going to activate again, which allows us to send off our Dark Contract with Patent License. Dark Contract with Patent License states that when it's sent to the graveyard, you can actually get a DD card from your extra deck to Pendulum card from your extra deck to your hand. So you go ahead and activate the effect to bring back your Orthros. So Orthros in your hand along with your 3 Allure of Darknesses as well. Oh, and then with Dark Contract with the Swamp King, because we use 2 DDD monsters, that's how we bring out our first DDD Super Doom King, Purple Armageddon. So that's nice. That's nice to have. We're almost there, guys. So we already have all the pieces in place now. For here on in, it just gets super simple, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna special summon DDD Deus Machina using a DDD monster we control. So we're gonna special summon it over Gilgamesh, which is then gonna activate Oblivion Abyss King's Ragnarok's effect, which you have to wait to activate this until you have the Orthros in your hand, because Orthros is special summon whenever you take damage. Oblivion Abyss King Ragnarok special summons and then deals you damage. So this is going to allow us to special summon out DD Griffin, special summon DD Griffin, which then special summons out the Orthros as well. And then DD Griffin is then going to go ahead and activate the effect. And when special summon from the graveyard, to search you for a DD card. So normally you'd be searching for DDD Headhunt, but in this case, we're actually going to be searching for DDD Vice King Requiem. So we have Requiem in hand, right? So we're good to go. So now let's look at what we have right now, right? So we have the Purple Armageddon. We have a level 4 and a level 6, one of them being a tuner. So we're actually going to go ahead and synchro summon for a level 10, which is going to be our second Super Doom King Armageddon. Super Doom King Bright Armageddon comes out next. So that's nice. And then we actually go ahead and activate our DDD Vice King Requiem in the Pendulum Zone. Activate its Pendulum effect to pop a Dark Contract we control and special summon itself. We are not going to modulate the levels. And then we're going to overlay the DDD Flame High King Genghis with the Requiem to summon out the last Super Doom King Dark Armageddon from our extra deck. So there you have it, guys. This is exactly how you bust out all 3 Super Doom King DDD Armageddon guys from just 2 cards in this deck. And it's a super, and if you have a little bit of play testing with DDD, eventually you get the hang of it, but it's a pretty linear combo overall. And you don't need any more cards in your hand. Like I said, we just have 3 Allure of Darkness. So if you have additional extenders, you could potentially do a little bit more. If you have any type of any Dark Contracts that you may have, it gives you additional fodder, additional options as well. So you have a lot to work with here. Also, what you can do as well is if you have like a Savant Thomas in hand, you can bring more cards back into your hand and go on that way as well. So honestly, I just want to go ahead and show this to you guys. I think it's really cool just being able to go ahead and summon out these huge big anime monsters, just 3,500 attack. They're all really good. Have Deus Machina here as well. Also, if you have another Dark Contract, make sure you leave it on board to make sure Deus Machina is live. Is the only downside is that with just 2 cards, Deus Machina is not live to activate its effect at the moment. So it is something to keep into consideration because it needs to pop specifically a Dark Contract. So if you have it on the one hand, definitely go ahead and activate it, even if you're not using it, to make sure this one's live, and then you should be good to go from there. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. This has been a lot of fun. Like I said, it's been such a long time since I actually made a video, so I appreciate each and every single one of you guys who stuck around with me through my dark period of not uploading. And if you guys have subscribed recently, this is the type of channel we normally like to put out on the channel, just fun stuff. We like to have fun here on this channel. We like to make sure that we're doing as innovative as I can get. let's go ahead and leave it at that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys stick around, I really do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.